constituency. ASUU declares 2-week warning strike. Emir Sanusi's dethronement, good, bad, says Obasanjo. Kano wants Igalo back in Super Eagles. Good morning and welcome to the news. I am Jonah Oje. The Ebonyi State House of Assembly on Monday suspended indefinitely the member representing Ohasra West constituency, Onu Nwonye. The House accused him of causing disaffection among legislative members and the executive. The House handed out the suspension during plenary on Monday at the Assembly Complex in Kaliki. The motion for his suspension was moved by leader of the House and member representing Ezza Northwest constituency, Victor Chukwu. He was seconded by Chukwu Arinze, representing Ishielu South constituency. Speaker of the House, Ogbonne Nwifuru, put the motion to vote and it was endorsed by all the members of the Assembly present. The Senate on Monday commenced a public hearing on the controversial bill, Protection of Internet from Falsehoods, Manipulations, and Other Related Matters Bill 2019. The public hearing, which is a parliamentary traditional way of harnessing opinion from outsiders, is being conducted after 4 months of the introduction of bill. The bill, which was sponsored by Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, passed second reading on 20th November 2019 amid public skepticism that there are heinous intents behind the bill. However, at Monday's hearing, it was a well-attended event as so many civil society organizations, heads of private and government agencies were present and fully armed to present their opinion on the bill. Catholics in Anambra State have staged a protest march against the spate of killings of Christians in Nigeria. The protest march saw over 50,000 Catholics donning black attires started at Ekwueme Square in Awka through streets in the capital city and ended at St. Patrick's Cathedral. The march was led by the Bishop of Awka Diocese, Bishop Paulinus Ezokafo, a prominent priest of the diocese. Father Innocent, who addressed Catholics after the protest march, regretted that killings in Nigeria are increasing by the day. Chancellor of the diocese, Reverend Father Chidume, also read the address of the Catholic bishops to all present. The protest march also featured intercessory prayers for the country. The Christian Fathers Elders Forum of Northern State, after its executive meeting in Kaduna, has expressed sadness that killings has continued in the north when almost all the service chiefs are from the region. Rising from its executive meeting, the group expressed deep concern over the increasing activities of bandits and terrorists occasioned by widespread killings across the nation. The group, in a statement by its chairman, Elder Ejoga Inalegu, said that the most recent of these killings took place in Garikida, Adamawa State, Igabi and Giwa in Kaduna State, and Kwamde local government area of Benue State, among others. They decried the high rate of killings and insecurity that has continued to worsen, thereby destroying the economic and social activity of the people. The Nigerians have joined their counterparts globally to celebrate International Women's Day. The event takes place every 8th of March. The theme for this year is Each for a Call. MCL News sought people's opinion on the day. Esther Ngwe reports.
International Women's Day is a day set aside to appreciate the contribution of women towards the socio-economic and political advancement, as well as maintaining a conflict-free society, as they are seen as agents of positive change in their homes and the society at large. MCLtv spoke to residents of Aba on the essence of the day. The theme for this year's event, which centered on each for equal, and record shows that legal restrictions have denied over 2.7 billion women from accessing the same choice of jobs as men, while less than 25% of parliamentarians were women as of 2019. Statistics also shows that 1 in 3 women experience gender-based violence. Lending their voice on the challenges confronting women, respondents stated girl-child marriage, child mortality rate, and high illiteracy rate amongst women. They emphasized the need for women to know their values and rights in the society.
When they want to come up, maybe to do something in the society, you'll see that they have one problem hitches here and there. And because of that, because we have come to from a culture where we believe in norms, being submissive, accepting whatever that is given to you, you might not want to express yourself again, and it is not good.
There are many challenges confronting women, but I believe the worst of them is economic challenges. If women have access to the right economic opportunities and they have money to solve their problem, they earn what their counterparts earn in the workplace, or they are able to do business, choose what they want to do, the problems accruing to them will be little, and even the issues in families.
There are a number of challenges. We have the issue of girl-child marriage, we have the issue of child mortality rate, we have high mortality, maternal mortality rates, we have female genital mutilation issues, illiteracy, we have the poverty rate, which is higher with women, for lack of empowerment. We have the issue of violence against women, sexual assault, sexual abuse. We have domestic violence, which is prevalent in marriages. There are a whole lot of them.
The emerging global consensus is that despite some progress, real change has been agonizingly slow for the majority of women and girls in the world. Today, not a single country can claim to have achieved gender equality. Reacting on the statistics and the claim, respondents urged the government to set up institutional framework and enabling environments for the women to practice their rights.
We should look at the normal thing. Talk to our men, let them give us equal opportunity to exist like them. If it's in politics, allow us.
When the Senate and the House of Reps make all these laws, it's for the civil society and public enlightenment agents to go and tell people this is your right, this is how to enforce it, this is how to demand for it. If you don't activate that, nothing will happen.
It is the responsibility and the duty of the government to set up institutional frameworks, enforcement agencies, implementation mechanisms that will ensure that the things that we have on paper, the international conventions that we have adopted, even the local legislation that we have, which should protect the rights of the women, are actually being implemented.
An equal world is an enabled world. We can actively choose to challenge stereotypes, fight bias, broaden perceptions, improve situations, and celebrate women's achievements. Esther Ngwe, MCL News.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU has declared a 2-week warning strike against non-payment of salaries of lecturers not enrolled in the federal government integrated personnel and payroll information system. National President of the Union, Biodun Ogunyemi, who disclosed this after the ASU National Executive Council meeting that held in Enugu, said the warning strike took effect yesterday, March 9. The Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ohanire, has confirmed the first case of novel coronavirus in the country. The The minister, speaking at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, said the new patient is an Ogun State contact of the Italian index case and is one of 40 persons in isolation being closely monitored. The new patient is said to be clinically stable. The new instance of COVID-19, according to the minister, brings to 2 the number of confirmed cases in Nigeria. Regarding another case reported in the U.S. of Nigerian origin, the minister said the Nigerian health authorities are in touch with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and its Abuja arm. According to Hanire, the case visited Lagos in February 2020. However, given the timelines between the visit and illness, it is unlikely he was infected in Nigeria. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has reacted to the dethronement of Emir Sanusi of Kano State. The state government on Monday dethroned Sanusi as Emir of Kano for being disrespectful to lawful authorities. Reacting, Obasanjo in a statement he personally signed on Monday said Sanusi's dethronement was good and bad. According to him, the dethronement is good because Sanusi has paid the price. Meanwhile, one of the sons of the late Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, was immediately named as the 15th Fulani Emir of the state. Still to come on the news. UNIZIK suspends Chinese course lecturers amid coronavirus fears. Canada records first coronavirus death. Kano lands a yellow bag in Super Eagles. Details after the break. Stay tuned.
Just like the days when the Spirit stirred the waters, making tremendous miracles and life-transforming testimonies and everyday reality. So it is now. Brace yourself for the break of the supernatural with Breakout Music Concert Season 3 featuring Chinyere Udoma, Priye Odede, Asu Ekiye, the ever-sensational Feke Obon, and our very own Idika and the African Trumpet Band. It is definitely an atmosphere of high praise and deep worship, holding on Friday, the 3rd of April 2020 at the Arena of Glory Cathedral, Gospel Crusaders Mission, 8 to 10 Crusader Street, off 36 Umule Road, Aba, Abia State. Time 8 p.m. prompt. Also ministering Joy Hyacinth, Dorcas, Chicks Peters, Debbie, Fine Tune Choral Chambers, the Heroes Mass Choir, Noel Joffrey, and the Attitude. Host Bishop C.U. Ugocha and GCM Mass Choir. Remember, don't break down, break out.
With heavy heart, the management and staff of Modern Communications Limited, MCLtv, announced the death of one of his staff, Mr. Nathaniel Ogugra Mwabulike. The sad event occurred on Wednesday night in February 2020. Until his death, the late Mwabulike, popularly known as Akunmi Ojoto, was the studio manager of MCLtv. The deceased was a graduate of theatre arts from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He was the creator of the program Frontliners, which metamorphosed into Frontrunners. Sports Digest, which has been running for more than a decade, is the brainchild of late Mr. Mwabulike. He was also credited with introduction of newspaper review on MCLtv. The burial announcement will be announced by the family. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
But I asked you to use Top Rank insecticide.
Top Rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves Top Rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use Top Rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night's rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top Rank insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111-2348 or 090-960-22577. Top rank insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
Here's the result.
Wow, the lab results.
Yes.
Okay. Where is this man? She has malaria.
Malaria?
Yes.
What do you think should be prescribed for?
We prescribe Casimir tablets.
Casimir tablets?
Yes, Casimir tablets. Casimir tablets get at letter and limit from 3 and 4 inside. Casimir tablets. Now Maxim Laboratories Private Limited for India. They make them, but na Grace-based pharmacy and store limited. And I think they distribute Casimir tablets for here. Casimir tablets get NAFDAC approval for take fight malaria. Casimir tablets. It dey stop every malaria.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Yeah, welcome back. Nandesque University and the institution amid fears of a probable spread of the novel coronavirus. The Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Charles Eso Monet, disclosed this during a pre-convocation press conference on Monday. He said the university has also asked its Chinese lecturers who traveled for Christmas vacation not to return to the university, while those who were around have been barred from traveling. The VC said the Chinese course under Confucius Institute of the university will now be run online. Canada has recorded its first death from the new coronavirus. Health officials in the westernmost province of British Columbia announced on Monday. The victim, a senior residing with COVID-19, passed away last night, the province health officer, Bonnie Henry, told reporters. Canada has recorded at least 71 confirmed or presumed coronavirus cases. Most are in the most populated province, Ontario, or in British Columbia. And now sports. Former Nigeria international Nwankwo Kalu says Odion Ighalo should be called out of international retirement if he performs in his loan spell at Manchester United. Ighalo caught time on his Eagles career after finishing as top scorer at last year's African Cup of Nations in Egypt with 5 goals. Since his transfer deadline day loan to Manchester United, as a temporary replacement for the injured Marcus Rashford, he has impressed. The former Eagles striker has scored 3 goals in 7 appearances in all competitions. General Secretary of the Nigeria Football Federation, Mohammed Sanusi, says they will work closely with the Ministry of Health to ensure that Super Eagles players invited for the 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifier against the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone go through extensive checks at the airport on arrival. The Eagles are built to face the Leon Stars at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba on March 27, before heading for the second leg at the Siaka Stevens Stadium in Freetown 4 days later. With the worldwide outbreak of the coronavirus, the Federation said that all precautionary methods will be taken to ensure that players are safe and in the best condition when they arrive the country for the game. And to end the news this morning, a second look at the major stories. The Ebonyi State House of Assembly on Monday suspended indefinitely the member representing Ohonzara West constituency, Onu Nwonye. The The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, on Monday declared a 2-week warning strike against non-payment of salaries of lecturers not enrolled in the federal government integrated personnel and payroll information system. Former Nigeria international Cameron Nwankwo says Odion Igalo should be called out of international retirement if he performs in his low spell at Manchester United. That was the news, and thanks for watching. I am Jonah Oje. Once more, good morning.